In this video, we're going to take a look at security settings and role setup in Lizzy. So right now we're in settings and we're going to go down here to security. And we've got a couple things that we need to look at here. First, we have roles, the user roles. All this is a list of each employee. And then when you choose it, it'll tell you what role that particular employee is set up for. The other setting that we have, if we go back down here to security, is we have role setup. And this is where we actually define what each role has the ability to do. Now, you also have, if you have a role that you currently have, so let's say we have parts manager and we have somebody else that we would like to create or put in that role, but there's some things that we don't want them to have access to. So most of the things we do, but some things we don't. We can come right here and click this role, this little button. It will duplicate the role in all of the settings for this particular role. And then you can edit it and change the name, and then you can define whatever changes you want to make for it. Now the question is well, how do we find things, and what exactly are we doing when we're using this? And so the first thing that we want to realize is that the menus that are across the top of the browser up here are the first drop list that we're looking at here. So if I'm trying to change a setting in invoicing, I'm going to first pick invoicing. So we're going to come down here and we're going to choose invoicing. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look in invoicing, and you're going to have a bunch of menus down the left side. That is this list of menus. And so we're just going to go to general invoices, because let's say that we want to override or we want to give somebody the ability to sell parts below a certain margin. So what we've done first is we've picked the section of the application that we want to look at the security settings for. And then the next thing that I'm going to do, just to speed this up, because you'll notice here's accounting clerk. If we scroll down a little bit, we've got a setting here for accounting manager. Well, I don't want to have to scroll down looking for parts rep, for example. So I'm just going to come right here to parts manager. I'm going to click it. And then you just need to make sure that parts manager is the section that you're looking at. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start looking at the item. So here is check item price, and you have a view menu. Here is check model price and a view menu. And so this is a list of the menus that you're actually picking. Here is a list of new invoice. So anytime you create a new invoice, these are all the security settings that you're looking at for that particular function. And they would also include the editing invoices and stuff. But if we scroll down a little bit, you'll see that there is actually a security role here for allowing a user to sell items below the allowed profit margin. All you've got to do is check that box for whatever role, or uncheck the box beside the thing that you're trying to take away. And then you're going to come right back to the top of this section and hit the save button. So the setting that you pick here is not going to take effect until you actually hit the save button above that particular manager or that particular role that you're trying to make the change for. So you can duplicate roles, you can change the security settings for existing roles, and you can assign specific roles to specific employees, all from these two menus in this section.